YouTube, how we doing? PPS here. YouTube play of the day. I'm doing actually a live YouTube play of the day today, just because I gotta get this done pretty fast. And yeah, we had a fun little morning here. It's been pouring the last like 3 days. Had some massive flooding stuff around here. Thank God, nothing for me has been super affected. Obviously, last night went crazy again. So now we had no Wi-Fi, and I think we had a couple other things out this morning. So there's that. And so obviously can't do a video without that. So just got back on here 45 minutes ago, probably. And we got the update. I'm like, all right, well, I have work at noon again, so I'm popping back in and out, just breaks with meetings and stuff. So we're still able to make something happen today. You guys know we got to go through a quick recap here. So we have Gilbert that lost. Reds first 5 under 4.5. That one hit. So obviously that was an L for us. Coming off of yesterday's pass the prop for me as well was an L. Evaldi got smashed, so that did not go well for me. These last two, so moves us down to 53 and 36, 25.2 YouTube collectively, and we got one spot today. If you guys have any questions, I will try to do my best to get into it. Obviously, I've gone through the slate already, but if you guys have any questions, drop them in there, and yeah, we'll get this thing rolling. Usually these ones go a lot quicker unless I do have questions in here, because I got to be back in there in about 29 minutes back into work. So today, let me pull up my screen. I'm going to do this kind of just like I normally do my one here. It's going to be Mitchell Parker under 3.5 strikeouts, Jacob Lopez 4 Ks. We're going to get me to minus 112 across the board today. DraftKings specific for this one. I really like this Mitchell Parker spot. Obviously, that's going to be carrying a lot of the weight. And we talked about this on the show recently, just like what the Royals do as a pitching set or as a hitting set, group. And that is they don't walk and they don't strike out, right? They have a very low strikeout rate. And I think for Parker, that might be good for outs props, but unfortunately, he's just bad. He has a 5.63 expected ERA, a 51% hard hit rate, 14.8% strikeout rate. Horrible, absolutely horrible. I think the biggest issue is he throws a four-seamer that's 92 miles an hour 55% of the time, and that has a 10% whiff rate. That's just not going to get it done. The Royals are not a good team, but they, like I said, they don't strike out. And in a spot like this, I think we're going to see a lot of those balls that are over the plate put in play. They put up some numbers last night against Cavelli, who's obviously a much better strikeout pitcher. So sign me up. I really like this under 3.5 strikeouts. I know the Royals, if you look at their numbers on the surface, they are very, very bad. But I think they're going to be able to put the ball in play against this lefty, 22% K rate on the season, and continuing to just be pests. Be pests, not good, but pests. So going over to Lopez, we get to see Lopez facing off against this Tampa Bay team that we saw last night. We got to see them face another lefty last night. In Springs, Tampa Bay is 11th in strikeout rate, 24%. They have an 83 WRC +2, which is obviously not good. That's very bad. And I'm grabbing them at 4 strikeouts just to be kind of the juice reducer because I'm not playing a minus 160 ever in baseball because we see what happens there. But Lopez has stuff to get swing and misses. Obviously, we've seen a few of those big games. I don't want to have to rely on a huge game from him to get there. I don't like playing after the fact, after a huge game like he had last outing. So I think sitting there, 28% K rate so far this year. Obviously, a big reason for that has been that slider, 31% whiff rate. He uses that 30% of the time. Very, very good against right-handed bats. And they're just not hitting him. 196 batting average against that, an expected slug of 330. We've seen a really nice ability to get that swing and miss, and it was good last year as well, but we definitely see it taking a little bit of a step up this year in that aspect. So really like this spot. Parker under 3.5 strikeouts with Lopez 4 Ks, minus 112. I think this is the one that gets us back in the win column. Looking at the slate, I know this is a live one, so I looked at a few of these. Obviously, I'm feeling pretty good about my Rookie of the Year prop on my boy Isaac Collins. I got that at plus 700, I think, from the show. And obviously, he's down to plus 100, so we'd like to see that. But I think if I had to go to any of these props, I think if I had to, it'd probably be a Rodon ladder. I don't like either pitcher in the Brewers game today really that much. Peralta, I just don't know how to bet him anymore. His outs are just crazy. He just doesn't get through 6 innings ever. And Skeens is facing the Brewers. Hasn't been striking out lately, so I don't know how to play that game. I know I usually get questions about Skeens whenever he's on the hill, so just want to get out in front of that one. But other than that, that's how quick these ones usually go for me, about 5 to 8 minutes, just so everybody can kind of get through these as quick as possible. This is the record on the year in YouTube. Obviously, feeling pretty good about that. But Parker, under 3.5 strikeouts. Lopez, 4Ks, minus 112. If you guys have any questions, make sure you drop them in the comments. I try to get to them. I should have time to get to them today. After I pop back in for a few hours, I should have time to go through all questions, comments, or concerns that you guys have here with this slate. But I appreciate you popping in. Obviously, this is not my usual what I usually do for my YouTube play of the day. Obviously, it's usually fast, exactly like this. But the whole Wi-Fi situation this morning and the flooding stuff around here kind of put a toll on us. But happy everybody's okay and we're doing all right. So appreciate you guys popping in. Again, guys, if you have questions, comments, concerns, drop them in the chat. We'll do our best. And hopefully we can catch another one with you guys today. So appreciate you. Mitchell, Parker, under 3.5 strikeouts with Jacob Lopez, 4Ks at minus 112 over on DraftKings. Play of the day. Appreciate you. See you guys tomorrow.